American pickers, alum Frank Fritz's antique store customers, have complained the shop is not what it used to be, as the star recovers from a stroke. Frank, 58, owns antique store Frank Fritz finds in Illinois, as the shop is located in the back of Hog Dog Bar and Grill. As Frank recovers in a rehabilitation center from a debilitating stroke he suffered back in July, the U.S. Sun can exclusively reveal from recent reviews that his store is, unfortunately, going downhill. One review from TripAdvisor read, "Not much to see. Small antique shop. Not impressed. There were some items marked as picked by Frank. Not really worth the stop." A second review on Google read, "I was a huge fan of the show. I stopped in to give Frank support and see what all the buzz was about. The place looked like an episode of Hoarders. Food was cold and bland. Staff was rude. Just disappointing. How is this place in business?" A third unsatisfied customer said, "It's not what it used to be. I was interested in a couple of things, but no one was around to ask questions and make an offer. We won't be back." A fourth complained, "Besides the few motorcycles, the store is truly full of hoarders' junk. I was looking forward to visiting Frank's finds, but left disappointed. This store is full of overpriced junk and old oil cans signed by Frank for $55, $110 each. I will pass." Before Frank's stroke, fans were pleased with the store. One customer wrote on Google, "Much improved. Hard to find items. Great prices. Looking for something? Just ask. They will find virtually anything. Highly recommend." Sent lots of customers. Never heard a negative word. People thanked for sending them to the store. A second said, "Love this place. Had one of the best burgers ever here. Char grilled. Very cool place to visit." A third commented, "Food and service was excellent. We bought a couple of Frank's antiques as well. Much more fun and affordable than Mike Wolf's Antique Archaeology in Nashville. We miss Frank." Another praised, "Really worth going to. Great experience. STORESHADA." The U.S. previously reported Frank threw major shade at the show with the merchandise in Frank Fritz finds. Frank sells shirts that read, "I want Frank back." American Pickers fans have been pleading for the return of the star, as many have even boycotted the show. Though Frank is currently feuding with former co-star Mike Wolf, he is selling photos of their time together on the show for fans. Other items in the store include signed vintage motor oil cans, an antique piano, signs, knickknacks, and more collectibles. MEDICALCRISIS. Frank was hospitalized for a stroke on July 14 after a friend found him on the floor of his Iowa home. In an interview with the Quad City Times, an insider revealed that Frank was on the mend and his health was improving daily. The friend told the publication, "He would like everyone to know he continues to get better every day and is very determined. He really is getting better every single day." The friend also alluded that Frank was not happy his hospitalization was released to the public by his former friend and co-star Mike. The source said, while Frank was not prepared at the time for his condition to be published, he is grateful for all the prayers and well wishes. The two had a falling out when Frank stopped filming. Frank's friends filed an emergency appointment of temporary guardian and conservator for the star on August 18, claiming his decision-making capacity is so impaired. Frank has been at a rehabilitation center since he was released from the hospital on September 6. The documents read, "Because of his stroke, Mr. Fritz's decision-making capacity is so impaired that he is unable to care for his own safety or to provide for necessities such as food, shelter, clothing, or medical care without which physical injury or illness may occur. Mr. Fritz's decision-making capacity is so impaired that he is unable to make, communicate, or carry out important decisions concerning his own financial affairs." An exhibit was mentioned in the court papers from a doctor, confirming Frank does not have decisional capacity. The legal papers continued, "Decisions must be made for Mr. Fritz's care and placement while he continues to recover and receive treatment for his injuries. Appointment of a guardian and conservator is necessary to avoid immediate harm to him." The petitioner requested a separate longtime friend of Frank's, who has been assisting him in decision-making since the stroke, be his guardian. A bank would be the conservator to handle Frank's financial affairs. The guardian and conservator were both approved by the court. The guardian's responsibility will be to facilitate all care needs, provide transportation to all medical appointments, and help with all social and domestic needs. By the time of Frank's discharge from the rehabilitation center, his Iowa farmhouse must have ramps and handles for the shower and toilet. The guardian will help Frank with his Crohn's disease treatment and continued physical therapy. He will also help the former American Pickers Star grocery shop, cook, and get Frank to any activity he feels up to. The court papers revealed Frank has no will for his $6 million fortune. He was unemployed at the time of the stroke, according to the filing.